Hey guys, what's going on, dudes? It is David and Devin. We are back with another video. Now in this video, guys, I'm going to be doing a review of the FireKeepers 400 at Michigan. I think that's the name of the race. I don't actually remember, but I'm going to go through everything that happened in the race, who dominated the race, the finishing of the race, and I'm going to talk about the actual race in my opinion, because I honestly gotta say, guys, this is another good race that the package produced. That was because of the package. So, Stage 1 winner was Logano. Stage 2 winner was Eric Almirola. Austin Dillon was the Stage 2 winner. But unfortunately, he had a problem during the final stage and ended up finishing like, I don't even know. He's not even in the top 20. That's how I know. But yeah, that guy had a disappointing day. And another guy who I had a disappointing day was Eric Jones. This man was running top 5, top 10s the whole day. He ends up having a big problem coming to the pits, and then he caused the final caution in the race, and he ended up finishing, I think, was around like 26th or something like that. But the winner of the race, spoiler alert, was Logano. Logano led 161 laps. That is very impressive. I think Michigan is a 200 lap race, and he led 161 laps. This guy, Logano, could not get past. And when I mean he could not get past, he could not get past. Eric Almirola, why do I keep saying Eric Almirola? Martin Truex Jr. tried at the end of the race. Kurt Busch also tried on the final restart. Eric Jones, Kevin Harvick, all of them tried to get around him, but they couldn't get around him. Logano just absolutely dominated this race. Now, based off the race opinion and the race I saw, I'm gonna do this every time I do a review now. I'm gonna steal something from F1 that they do at the end of each race. I'm gonna give someone a driver of the day. And I think the driver of the day for today's Michigan race, which is on a Monday, so I thought Martin Truex Jr. was gonna win, but nah. The driver of the day for today's race, I was going to give it to Daniel Hemrick if he actually finished inside the top 10, which he unfortunately did not. So based off, during the race, he was one lap down, came back and fought, and he finished inside the top 10. I'm going to give driver of the day to Kevin Harvick and the number 14. But now, for the results. The results of the NASCAR race are Joey Logano in P1, Kurt Busch finishing 2nd, Truex Jr. finishing 3rd, Daniel Suarez finishing 4th. Daniel Suarez, this guy was always around top 10, top 15 on the final restart. He just had a very good restart. Ended up finishing 4th. His first top 5, I'm pretty sure, this year. Impressive. Kyle Busch finishing in 5th. Keselowski finishing in 6th. Kevin Harvick in 7th. That's where Kevin Harvick finished. The two Ryans finishing in 8th and 9th. Ryan Newman ahead of Ryan Blaney. I should really give the driver of the day to Ryan Newman, but Kevin Harvick was a lap down before. Alex Bowman finishing in 10th. Denny Hamlin finishing 11th. Daniel Hemrick finished 12th. Now this guy was around, I think, 5th place before the restart, but unfortunately after the restart he lost a whole bunch of positions because a lot of guys were on better tires or had just a better car than him, and he ended up finishing 12th. But of course he's going to be the rookie of the year because nobody is close to him in the rookie standings. Paul Menard finishing 13th. Kyle Larson finishing in 14th. Kyle Larson was around the top 5 for most of the day, and then towards the end of the race, his car just could not, be the same. I think he made an adjustment that actually kind of ruined his car, and then he just started going back. They did a whole green flag pit stops, and he ended up finishing in the top 15 position. Jimmie Johnson finished 15th. Jimmie Johnson had an average day. He wasn't the worst of the Hendrick cars, but he wasn't the best of the Hendrick cars. He just had an average finish of the race. And yeah, Jimmie Johnson, I don't know what's going on with him, to be honest. This guy just needs to pick up his things and return to where he was, the 7-time champion. Chris Buescher finishing in 16th. Eric Almirola finishing in 17th. William Byron finishing in 18th. A kind of disappointing day considering William Byron was right up there in the top 10. He did lead a few laps before, the end of the green flag pit stops around about 18 laps to go. And of course his car was really good, so I don't really know how he finished this far back. But he'll move on to the next race and hopefully get a new finish. His team is coming up right now, guys. Hendrick Motorsports is going to be back to where they are. William Barnes doing good. Chase Elliott's doing good. Alex Bowman's definitely doing good. The only one that needs to pick up their slack is Jimmy Johnson. Funny enough, it's a 7-time champion that needs to pick up their slack. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. finished 19th, and Chase Elliott finished 20th. Now with Chase Elliott right here, Chase Elliott did actually have a good car, and I think he did lead a couple of laps, but I think he had a tire problem in the final stage that made him actually go into the pits, and then he got back a lap down, but then he eventually got his lap back when it came to the final restart, and he ended up finishing 20th. Now in this whole race, the draft was the key to everything. The draft, it was really tough to pass for some people, but the draft kept everybody together. Now there was a point one time in the final stage where Joey Logano looked like he was going to pull away, but then Truex and Kurt Busch used the draft so smartly to catch up to Joey Logano, and I honestly think Joey Logano was still going to win this race, even though they were catching him, because as soon as they got by him, Truex Jr. started coming down on Kurt Busch's line and basically taking the air off of Kurt Busch's car. So with that, I think Joey Logano would have won the race anyway. But then Eric Jones ended up cutting a left rear tire with about I think 5 to 4 laps left to go. That set up the final restart, and I gotta give it to Joey Logano. This man had the restart of all restarts. This man jumped it and absolutely nailed the restart. That's why he wasn't able to be passed. Kurt Busch ended up getting past Mark Truex Jr. after starting 3rd on the restart. Kyle Busch started 4th on the restart, and look where he finished. But when it comes to this race was just dominated by Joey Logano, and in Michigan, which is basically a Ford place, a Ford wins in Michigan, funny enough. But I'm very excited for the next race, which is actually going to be Sonoma, because a road course is definitely a mixture in there. We don't know how it's going to go. There could be some tempers, there could be some big accidents, drivers could get in a fight. Who knows? There could be a surprise winner. We never know at Sonoma Raceway. But that's it, guys. I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Please do smash the like button. But anyway, guys, I'll see you guys all later. Peace.